Welcome to News Stripped Down, everyone. Today's March 17th, Tuesday. It's St. Patty's Day, you guys. Hope you got your green on. It's minus 12 degrees Celsius. That's 10 degrees Fahrenheit to you guys down in the States, or to any of you guys, follow the Fahrenheit or anything. We have snow here in central Manitoba. Apparently, there's a lot of rain in the BC area off to the west coast. And then as you head to the east, you got possible freezing rain and some ice storms happening. So, quite the weather system throughout Canada here and down into the southern states. So, I know you guys drive accordingly, blah, blah, blah. And starting news here in Canada. Canada's spending $200 million on its sovereign space capabilities. Hopefully, I see Churchill, Manitoba's rocket range getting some use back here after some renewed hope here, possibly giving possible new jobs up there, um, and possible new business opportunities. The Churchill rocket range was primarily used for uh, rocket range was primarily used for observation of the upper atmosphere, including payloads to collect data on the aurora borealis, cosmic rays, and atmospheric conditions. Also, the facility was used in different tests of different solid rocket boosters. There was a series of rockets made by Bristol Aerospace Development. Specifically, the Black Brant rocket there was tested and came out into production to and those rockets were used by the Canadian Space Agency for tests, aerospace tests, and used in NASA as well. So, yeah, Bristol Aerospace isn't around anymore. They also did rockets for military munitions as well. And I think Churchill would be a good spot to, the facility's already kind of pre-set up there to be doing, space tests, rocket tests, and with like technology and new rocket engines and stuff like that. Could be a possible testing ground and could reopen some supply chains up to Churchill, even though there are talks of opening up the port to Churchill as well. But this could be a good thing for Manitoba. No truthful evidence of this actually happening in Churchill, but let's see what happens in the next couple weeks and months here. Let's see where that money's going to go. And then over to the conflict in the Middle East. Yeah, I know I don't want to talk about this stuff, you guys. I know it's like kicking a cat. Yeah, in the next few days, with the talks with Trump saying that, yeah, possible ground forces on the ground. Well, there's already troops heading there right now. And for him to say, I'm not going to put troops on the ground, I might put troops on the ground, with the things that Trump said just in the like past couple months here, normally when he says something, he does it within the next day or two. So just to have military personnel like on standby, ready to go already, I'm pretty sure we're going to see this turn from a conflict into a war with boots on the ground. And then down into the United States, senior administration officials are drafting a settlement agreement with Total Energies. This is a French company, and this is going to give a settlement of nearly $1 billion to stop production of two windmill farms that are proposed outside of New York City. This is going to be out in the ocean. So they're going to stop the lease agreements, and then Total Energy is going to put more of their resources into Texas's oil and gas. So instead of green energy, this is Trump's trade from his views on green energy, and then he's refocusing back on fossil fuels. So yeah, but with France and the U.S. and stuff, you can kind of see how this agreement's gonna go. France really has no choice on this agreement because yeah, these windmills aren't gonna get built, and windmills, realistically, are they feasible? And I don't see that. And if you guys like the news like this, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and yeah, I'm here Monday to Friday, 4 to 4:30 p.m. Central Time, and yeah, oh yeah, I'll talk about that in a second here. Next page. So yeah, as of last night, Cuba is in darkness right now. Yeah, and people are starting to starve right now, with the U.S. blockades of food and fuel. Trump doesn't really need to take Cuba by force. He's doing exactly what he wants to do right now with Cuba, and just force, some type of coup, which is happening right now as we speak. And we could go a little bit deeper into this, like why cut the power? Why don't you want them to have power there? There are a lot of research labs in Cuba, a lot of private research labs, and we could dig a little bit deeper into this. I'll probably do a live on Wednesday where I'll dig a little bit more deep into why the U.S. Wants to cut the energy completely to the Cuban island itself. But yeah, there's a big rabbit hole to jump down into. Yeah, he's definitely taking care of some stuff that's in some labs, and hopefully crossing his fingers that the refrigeration in some of these labs and hospitals gets destroyed before anyone can actually have any proof of it. And then back over to Canada, a Loblaws store was fined $10,000 for promoting imported goods to Canada, saying that they are Canadian goods. Well, Sobeys is next in line for lawsuits like this. I'd like to see where that $10,000 went. Does it actually go back into food costs or anything like that, or does it just go to the Food Administration? And then with the rising food costs, and then the rising price of fuel here in Manitoba right now is $1.59.9. So that's a liter. Um, so yeah, getting pretty expensive, and with the price of fuel costs going up, expect the price of food to go up too. Like with one comes the other. Like your food has to get somewhere too. So start expecting food costs to go up. And with companies like Loblaws taking advantage of situations like this, I think this $10,000 fine is so minuscule of what they should have been charged. This should be $100,000 fine. This shouldn't be a $10,000 fine. This is just a slap on the wrist of big businesses, taking money from struggling Canadian families as it is. And then over to the East Coast, the Port of St. John's and New Brunswick are starting to see around 153% rise in ports this year, as Canadian manufacturers are reshaping domestic supply chains to escape the tariffs imposed by U.S. Like, yeah, kind of like this tariff thing is actually becoming kind of a good thing for Canada. Starting to realize, we have supply chains we can be using here and utilizing, and then we can keep the money right here in Canada. Supporting Canadian businesses, and a lot of Ontario manufacturers have found now, hey, you know what? It's even faster. We don't have to deal with all the BS and the nonsense. Just getting it across the border, then to ports, like right there's a dollar saved right there. So a lot of Ontario companies right now making Nova Scotia and New Brunswick great again. So yeah, like as Canada is getting great again, well, Americans are sitting there like, and the poor farmers, they're like, what's great about America right now with grain market getting pretty close to a full 80% of market not getting out to trade. And then over to India. India is considering, or talks of India considering to be the next major data center market in the East. I really don't see this happening. It's all sound bites. Uh, India having India having like any type of data center, you got to realize the type of infrastructure that you have. There's data centers in the US right now, and it's taking specific water supplies away from the people in surrounding areas. If you know anything about India, there's been a couple conflicts, and it's been between water, and this is normally between, what is it, Budapest? Uh, the, 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 Pakistan. So yeah, between India and Pakistan, like it's been pretty close of having fights over wars right now. And then this data center right there could be the breaking point when it comes to conflicts over water, due to the fact that, these data centers use major amounts of water. And with having poor water supplies as it is, without clean water supply as is, I don't see India taking a world step in becoming a AI data center major leader at all. So yeah, I don't see that happening. I just see that being sound bites. And then back over here to Canada. Bell Canada, speaking of data centers, yeah, Bell Canada is building a $1.7 billion data center near Regina, Saskatchewan. This will be Canada's largest data center, and it will be up once it's up and running. It should create around $12 billion annually for the province of Saskatchewan, and also create 80 permanent jobs. Woo, 80 permanent jobs. Wow. Wow, that's for something to be $107 billion. You think you'd have more than just 80 employees. I wonder how many janitors or butlers they're gonna need. Maybe I should apply. And then India again. Sorry about India. India has deployed 2 warships to protect vital resources coming through the Strait of Hormuz. And deportation hearings. I've been talking about this. There's a lot of Iranian officials right now that are escaping here to Canada. Not only Canada, but to the UK and France as well. The reason that these people are not being detained as terrorists, because these are government officials who never had the full uh, membership applied to them from the NRGC. So yes, these government officials are still supplying the NRGC and terrorist organizations, but they haven't officially been labeled as a terrorist organization. And yes, many officials from Iran have been caught coming through Toronto's Pearson Airport. And I don't know why the Canadian government is doing nothing about this, considering they've been trying to get this one Iranian official out of Canada for the last 7 years. And still nothing's happening. They're just starting to do court proceedings on getting him extradited from Canada, and still nothing has happened. And something needs to be done, or something government needs to stand up right now and explain their views on what they're going to do with these Iranian officials, because this isn't going to be a safe ground for Canada and for, you know, partial terrorists as a safe hub for them to sit here and conduct other terrorist like plots around the world. No, I don't want Canada to be a part of any of this in the first place. And to tell you the truth, anyone who's tied to any type of terrorist organization coming into Canada, I mean tied, like whether you have a membership or not, should be looked into and dealt with accordingly. And that should be with Britain and France as well. You guys are doing the exact same thing. You're like pretty insane. Well, happy birthday there. I do the news Monday to Friday, and that's pretty much it for the news today, you guys. I'm here Monday to Friday, 4 to 4:30 p.m. Central Time. Yeah, I do the news stripped down, not a lot of drama, just pretty much all the facts. 30 minutes or less. Why? Because anything longer than that, it's probably just BS anyways. So yeah, if you guys like the format like this, hit the like button, subscribe, and like I said, I'm here Monday to Friday. I'm really close to 1,000 subs, you guys. I could really use you guys' help here. And yeah, so that's the end of the news for today. Like I said, 30 minutes or less. Anything else longer is just BS. So let's end everything on things that happened today in history. March 17th, 1905, Albert Einstein finished his paper on quantum theory of light. This is the foundation of modern physics, and that was in 1905. Albert Einstein was just figuring this stuff out. You think you would have had some type of, help or some weird dreams? Like, was he smoking salvia before he went to bed or something? Like, the thoughts this guy had. You got that Watch Mojo accent. Yeah, I am Canadian, and Watch Mojo is Canadian. But thanks, that's pretty funny that you said that. And then March 17th, 1968, the Bee Gees made their television debut on the Ed Sullivan Show. And March 17th, 1908, Canadian boxing champ Tommy Burns KOs Irishman Jem Roche in the fastest ever heavyweight boxing fight in history at 1 minute 28 seconds. And that was in 1908. A Canadian boom, boom, pow. You think the Irishman would have had a little bit more fight in him, but apparently he didn't. And then today, 1917, 1879, Bob Fitzsimmons KO's champion, the gentleman Jim Colbert, in the 14th round. Back then, imagine the fights back in 1897, the boxing fights, and 14 rounds with those old leather gloves. Wow, technology has definitely changed quite a bit since then. But yeah, if you guys ever, there's always references to the gentleman. The gentleman, yeah, he did his runs to the United States as a professional boxer for quite a long time. And then today's birthdays for March 17th, 1919 to 1965, Nat King Cole. You guys know, blues musician. He passed at 45. And then 1951 to present, 75 years old, Kurt Russell. Fun fact, if you guys are into UFO nuttery and stuff like that, Kurt Russell was the first, was it, the aircraft. He was in the aircraft. He was piloting the aircraft that announced the Phoenix Lights. And he was the only aircraft to announce the Phoenix Lights from above the ground. So that's pretty interesting. If you guys are interested in Kurt Russell, there's some talks where he does about that. Him and his son and his wife are very into UFOs and paranormal activity. But yeah, pretty cool that he was one of the first people to see that. And if you guys don't know who Kurt Russell is, he was the lead actor in Big Trouble in Little China. And then 1955 to present, 71 years old, Gary Since. Oh, yeah, you probably remember this guy as Lieutenant Dan from Saving Private, or it's not Saving Private Ryan, Lieutenant Dan from Forrest Gump. You know, the guy who got his legs blown off. You know, Lieutenant Dan. That's the guy who played Lieutenant Dan. And 1967, he's 50 to present, 59-year-old Billy Corgan, famous musician from the hit band Smashing Pumpkins. He does podcasts and stuff now with other musicians, other people. Pretty interesting. He's got quite the different view on things. Still don't know what to think about him. And then 1992 to present, 34-year-old John Boyega. Yeah, actor out of the UK, Britain, famously known probably for the Last Jedi movie. I never watched any of the newer Star Wars movies, so I couldn't tell you who this guy is. But yeah, that's it for the news today, guys. Watch your mouth on St. Patrick's Day of all days. Yeah, I know. But I am trying to watch my mouth quite a bit on here. YouTube catches it very quickly on here. Yeah, they got some pretty good AI bots. But that's it for everything today, you guys. I'll be back tomorrow for Wednesday show, Monday to Friday, 4 to 4:30. 30 minutes or less. Why? Because anything longer than that's probably just BS. So yeah, if you guys like the format, the news stripped down like that, just the facts, no nonsense, no BS, and now you guys can just go stare at the wall. You don't have to worry about anything else. You don't have to go watch the news because you don't need all that drama in your life. And that's why I'm here. News stripped down. Just find all the good parts so you guys don't have to. Yeah, this takes me a bit to find good articles for you guys, so yeah, I am good. But yeah, tomorrow, after tomorrow's show, I'm gonna do a live, you guys. I'm gonna talk a little bit more about the BS stuff that I won't talk about on here. There has been some topics that came up throughout the weekend, Monday, and today that I really want to talk about, but this channel is not the channel to be doing that. I will do a news BS live after tomorrow's show, so around 4:30 to 4:40, I'll probably be live. I'll put links, well, I'll be posting those videos here right away, or links to those lives right away here. And you guys, if there's something you guys want me to talk about that doesn't involve Jeffrey Epstein, or something in global trade that I'm not seeing, or something that I should be talking about that nobody's talking about, please shout it out, like 100%. And yeah, that general, major general's still missing. Ori Sullivan's still out of jail on bond. Yeah, there's still a lot of stuff to do. So, well, it's St. Patty's Day. I had to wear all green just for this for you guys. So, you guys stay away from the green beer. It's not good for your guts. Just drink regular beer. But yeah, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And yeah, have a great week. And yeah, hit the like button, subscribe.